Hello everyone, I'm Selina from 3rd year CSE. This is my 7th experiment of database lab in which I am using PLSQL programming to create a function and procedure. PLSQL is an expansion of its expansion is procedural language extension of structured query language. First I'll tell you about procedure. Procedure is nothing but it just does one or more tasks, and it has two parts, header and body. Header, it contains the procedure name and its parameter what we are passing, and the body it contains three parts: declaration part, execution part, and exception part. The difference between both are same, function and procedure. The main difference is that procedure it returns a value, function it returns a value, procedure it doesn't return any value, and both syntax are same. Only one difference is there in function. After defining the function name with parameters, we have to write return and data type, the return data type, which data type value this function will return. So my first question is write a PLSQL. Okay, in first question I have to create a procedure that will accept a product ID that user have to give as an input, and it has to be checked that product ID that is supplied or not. If it is in suppliers table, then it is supplied. If not, it is not. So for creating a procedure, first my syntax is create or replace procedure. epro1, that is the procedure name. Num in varchar2, this is the variable which I am passing, means the number I am entering for which it will be searched in product ID is the num. Is I am defining here two varchar2 variables, that is O and write, and here cursor C1, cursor it just contains information of a select statement. Like here C1 it contains the product ID from the suppliers, where product ID is equals to num. The product ID which is equals to the input what we have given, that product ID will be is pointed by C1. Now begin. In execution part, first I am fetching the C1, the product ID in C1. I'm putting that value into varchar2 variable O, and then using if condition I'm checking if that O, if it is equals to num, then the right variable it will contain the sentence product ID supplied. If O is not equals to num, then the right value will contain product ID not supplied. So I'll show you how it works. I'll run this. I'm giving here epro1. I'm passing 1000. I'm checking for 1000 if it is supplied or not. Here it is showing 1000 product ID is supplied. If I write here 400, it's showing that it is not supplied. So my second question is, see here you can see 400 product ID is not supplied. My second question is I have to calculate the total cost, total price of the product that has been supplied, and I have to pass supplier ID as the argument. So for that, my here in procedure epro2, my supply num is the supplier ID variable that I'm passing, and PR is the PR is the variable in which I'll store the price, and then Q is the variable in which I will store the quantity to ordered quantity from supplier ID. Since I have to use the supplier ID, here in supplier table there is no attribute, there is no column of price. So first I will select the product ID from suppliers, where supplier ID is equals to num, and using that product ID I will select the price from the order line table and put that in PR variable. And for ordered quantity, directly I am taking select distinct ordered quantity into Q from suppliers, where supply SID is equals to num, and here I am calculating PR multiplied with Q, and here using this code it show here that it is getting calculated. As you can see here, 75,000. Now my third question is to write a procedure raise quantity which increases the quantity of the ordered product. It accepts the order ID and quantity. Here in parameters I have to send the order ID in whose order and then whose ordered quantity will be increased, and Q is the where the quantity how much it is to be increased, and here Q1 is the current, here Q1 is the current ordered quantity. And then first in execution part what I am doing is, first I am taking the distinct ordered quantity into Q1 from order line table, and then I'm using this query update order line set order quantity is equals to Q1 plus Q1 is the current and Q is the quantity to be increased, and then I'm just displaying it. And this is how I created that procedure. Now function starts. Write a PLSQL function. Here I have to create a function status to return value supplied for the product number passed to it. Okay. So in this I have to check the product ID if it is supplied or not. Here as the same thing as I did before in procedures, here only the difference is I'm returning a value, returning a value of data type varchar2, and the rest is the same thing as first query. Now I'll tell you about the fifth question. Write a PLSQL function to return the product name when the product ID is passed. Okay, here I have to pass product ID as an argument. So for that, create or replace function name is ePro5 num in variable. This is the variable that I'm passing, and it will return of variable of varchar2 data type. And I'm taking in declaration part, I'm declaring a variable name with varchar data type, and in execution part I've given select distinct product description into name where product from product where product ID is equals to num. This is taking the name of the product ID is equals to num, the input which I have given. It will check and then it will return the num. It will return the name. As you can see here, product name is equals to officer chair. So my sixth question is, write a PLSQL function to return the maximum ordered quantity by the customers. So for that same thing, in argument I am not giving anything because we are not giving any input. We just have to check the maximum ordered quantity. The ordered quantity, it is of data type number. That's why here I have written return number, and then I have declared here a quan variable of number data type, and then in execution part I have given this select max ordered quantity into quan into variable, and I'm just returning that variable quan, and this will give us the maximum ordered quantity, that is 20. So this was my 7th experiment. Thank you for watching.